The middleweight title fight is finally happening at UFC 319. Will it be Dricus Du Plessis or Khamzat Chimaev? See who fighters are picking in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
Yeah, I've seen Chimaev fades towards the end of fights. As we've seen with the Usman fight, I think if the Usman fight was 5 rounds, I believe Chimaev might lose that fight. You know, the striking, I believe, is kind of like neck and neck, but from what I've seen as far as like the grappling, I believe Chimaev is the more technical, well-rounded grappler, if you will. And but Duplessis is strong for that weight class. So it's an interesting match. I think it's an interesting match that it can, you know what I mean? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They've been saying since the beginning Chimaev was destined for title and for championship. So we're gonna see if he can get it done. I can't doubt Duplessis, bro. Every time any questions that I've ever had or any doubts I've ever had about him, fucking comes out and he wins.
Man, I think that it goes to Dricus. I think Dricus, we've all kind of criticized him for, I just got to say it as it is. We've all criticized Dricus for having these sloppy fights, but that last Sean Strickland fight, he looked a lot more polished. He fought a completely different game plan. He used all of his weapons very well. And, Chimaev's a sprinter, and nobody's going to beat Chimaev in a sprint. But if he can't put you away in the sprint, it's going to go to the person that can run a marathon. And Dricus Du Plessis has shown he can fight 25 minutes very, very hard. You give Kamaru Usman 2 more rounds in that Chimaev fight, I think he wins it. So as long as Dricus cannot get put away by the sprint from Khamzat Chimaev and take him into deep water, Dricus gets the job done.
Everybody underestimates the champion, Dricus Du Plessis, but I think it's going to be not easy fight for Khamzat Chimaev. But Khamzat Chimaev also strong. He destroyed a lot of fighters, and but I still think it's going to be close fight, and who knows who's gonna win? Maybe 55%. So it's Chimaev, like that.
Who's gonna win this one? I don't know, man. That one's a hard one because DDP just, it's like he just makes combinations up midway through the fight and they work for him. I don't know. I think that clumsiness that he brings to the fight, I think that helps him. You know what? I'm gonna pick DDP on that one.
Again, kind of like the Pena-Harrison fight, I'm going to go with Dricus on this one. I'm going to go with Dricus in a gritty, dirty, nasty fight. He's going to have a rough couple rounds, but I think he's going to stick around. I don't think he's an easy guy to finish. It's an awkward style. He's strong. He's big. Cardio issues I don't think are a thing anymore. I think that he is going to get deep into that fight, and I think he finishes him.
Если этот бой состоится, конечно. To be honest with you, I believe Chimaev will win this fight. I'm not really a big fan of Du Plessis' style. He probably have something since he's a champion, but I don't like his style of fight and his technique. And I still think Chimaev will take the title.
I think Du Plessis, even though he's awkward, I think Khamzat's better than him technically, but Khamzat's big advantage of being stronger and fat, having the physical advantage, isn't going to work against Du Plessis because Du Plessis is fucking insane physically.
Again, just like I was saying, Du Plessis is one of those guys where it's how do you ever win anything? And Chimaev is scary, but I don't know. Du Plessis manages to find ways to win all the time, but I feel like he shouldn't win. But I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it so ugly and just so weird that he dogs him out or something.
Gosh, that's going to be a good fight, man. I think they're going to bring the best out of each other, and I'm going to go with DDP. Every time I go against him, the guy gets it done, and he finds a way to win. He impresses me in there, man. He's got a lot of willpower and determination. I'm going DDP.
I'd lean towards Khamzat, but I mean that's if he shows up, that guy's been a little. Yeah, I think he's been even more absent than me, man. Jeez. hard to come in, hard to get them to actually be there. But if they actually, like, Du Plessis is huge, but I mean, just the way that Khamzat covers distance on the shots, it's so fast, and when he gets a hold of you, it just seems like it's a wrap. It's like what he did to Whitaker. I didn't expect that to happen at all. So I'm leaning towards Khamzat.
Oh, that's a good one. I think it's hard to really discount Khamzat after his last performance against Whitaker. So I'm gonna shoot with Khamzat on that one.
Oh, that one's super interesting. I actually really want to see that fight. But I'm gonna go with Chimaev on that one. But I don't know. That's tough.
I got DDP. I'm also another one of those guys who have kind of counted out a lot of proving me wrong. So I got DDP for sure. Tough style to kind of simulate for sure.
Wow, I mean, Chimaev has so much hype around him, and Du Plessis is like such an awkward fighter, but he somehow gets it done. The styles make the matchups, and people's like you can't discount somebody because they have a funky style if they make it work for themselves. So I gotta go with Chimaev though. I think he just one of those guys that's above, levels above the competition. But you can't count out Du Plessis. But I think Chimaev's gonna be the champ.
I'm gonna go with Chimaev. He's just special. He's a hard fight for anyone, and I think he has the tools to win Dricus, and I think he can finish him.
I think Khamzat will probably get it done, but if he doesn't get it done in the first 2 rounds, I take DDP. I definitely think DDP will have the ability to wrestle back into him and then make the fight just more, especially as the fight goes on in the later rounds, take over the striking and stuff.
What do you think's more likely to happen? Do you think Chimaev gets the early finish, or do you think DDP takes it in deep waters?
To be honest, Chimaev, I think it's more likely Chimaev gets an early finish.
Yeah, that's another very very good fight. Khamzat, he's kind of a all-out, all-aggressive first round, do or die sort of fighter, and then he seems to find it harder in the later rounds. I know obviously he's going to be working on that, to make sure that he's durable, but he does go all out very early, and Dricus is the guy who's an absolute cardio king, and he throws a lot of volume. He's also got good wrestling, and he's got good takedown defense. So as good as Khamzat is, I do think the awkward style of Dricus will be a problem. So I do think Dricus will take that one.